Start your mornings right with the Medicare Morning Show. Join our dynamic trio of hosts, John Davis, William Lacey, and Felicia Evans, as they bring you the latest insights, expert advice, and real-life stories to help you navigate the world of Medicare.
And we are back. Another beautiful Monday morning. The Medicare Morning Show is here every Monday at 10 a.m. giving you news that you can use regarding health, community, and Medicare education. I'm your host, as always, and I'm here with two amazing co-hosts, the famous Mr. William Lacey.
What's up? You hyped this morning, John?
Why not? Look, I've been drinking my water all day.
I got you.
All morning. And next I have Felicia Evans. Fee, come on in here. Where you at?
What it do, y'all? What's going on? We are here. It's bright and early. We are here. You hear me?
We are back. Go. You know, I keep saying we are back. We are. It's like something in my head, and I keep thinking about the same song.
We are back.
Yep. So we are back. And y'all, to our listeners, we want to first say thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you, but please go like, share, subscribe, comment, or check out our website at www.medicaremorningshow.com. Y'all, we got a packed show for y'all today. We're going to talk about something that y'all need to know about. It's called a Medicare Supplemental Plan, also known as Medigap plans, William.
That's right. What's up with the SUPs? We're going to talk about it and cover it. It's going to be nice.
Talk about the SUPs with the SUPs, and like we
exactly. So get ready, y'all.
Mm-hmm. But y'all, as always, before we get started, we got to give y'all something that y'all can use. So, Felicia, what you got for us today, please?
All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So today's healthy tip is going to speak about sleep. Yes, sleep. Getting enough sleep is very important to the quality of life, okay? Poor sleep can drive insulin resistance, can disrupt your appetite, because you know sometimes you don't want to eat and you want to eat too much. That all does that. Even hormones, okay? Ladies, not getting enough sleep can mess your hormones up and reduce your physical and mental performance. So it's kind of be like 8 hours of sleep if you can get it, 7. But anything less than 5 is really not good. So what's more important but getting sleep is getting in that bed, y'all, at a decent hour every day if you can, to actually boost up your mental health and your overall fitness.
Okay, Fee. So I'm gonna be the first to say that I don't get 8 hours of sleep. Ever.
John.
Ever.
I'm right there with you, man. If I'm getting 8 hours, I'm on vacation. That's the only
way. Well, you know, when you're on vacation, that's the best time to sleep. And it has nothing to do with where you are. I think it's because of the hotel beds are comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But Fee, I know you don't get 8 hours of sleep.
I have lately. I have been getting 8 hours sleep lately, and I can tell the difference.
Really?
I can tell yes.
More energy?
Because normally when I wasn't getting the 8 hours, I didn't get up. I was up and about, but I wasn't up until 12. Like, don't talk to me until 12:30.
Okay, so listen, let's say this to our audience, to those of you listening. Text in the chat, how many hours of sleep do you get in a night?
I want to know.
I'm just curious. And we'll come back to this later on in the show if we got time. But remember, I was telling y'all, we got so much to cover. We're going to talk about Medicare Supplemental Plans, also known as Medigap plans, y'all. So these plans are very, very popular. The good thing about these plans is that they work right with your original Medicare fee. So to those people that have original Medicare, these Medigap plans and Medicare Supplemental Plans comes in and it fills in the gaps. Now, if you're wondering what are these gaps in Medicare, Felicia, remember we talked about this in a previous show. I think it was. Do we got that clip to pull up?
We sure do.
There it is. Breaking news. Remember we had the breaking news, Medicare Unpacked, Understanding the Parts. Y'all check it out on YouTube.
Yes.
or Facebook to view what the gaps in Medicare are. But that's what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about the gaps. But before we get into that, I'm going to pull up a chart of the cost of Part A and tell y'all the gaps just to remind y'all. So, William, go through this chart real quick.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to make this simple. We're going to go right to that with that figure that jumps out, that 1,632. That is the deductible for Medicare Part A. That's the deductible that you have to pay when you go into the hospital. You got to pay that first. And that deductible is not an annual deductible. You pay that each time you go into the hospital.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow. Okay, so I got a comment on that one.
Okay.
So this 1,000, huh?
I said, what you got to say? Talk about it, Fee.
So when you saying the 1,632 has to be paid every time, so you mean if my auntie Betty, right, went to the hospital for let's say a 2-day knee surgery, right, and then 6 months later had a fall that resulted in a 5-day hospital stay.
Yeah,
she would have to pay the 1,632 twice.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, that's what's so bad about it, because that's the gaps. When we talk about the gaps in Medicare, that's what these Medicare supplemental plans come in and do. They cover those gaps. Most people don't think about it because most people don't intend to go into the hospital for multiple stays. But if you are, that is a bad position to be in. So, William, do we got a chart? There you go, for Medicare Part B. So remember, Medicare Part B has gaps too, y'all. So check these out.
It does. And you can see it right there, $240. Not a big deal, right? And you only have to pay that one time during the year.
Okay, so you're talking about the Part B deductible.
That's
the $240 is the Part B deductible. We talked about that in that episode too. Okay.
We sure did. But remember what follows that $240 deductible. You got that 20% that you have to account for. And you remember, if it's the bill's $1,000, okay, 20%.
Yeah. But so y'all know with the original Medicare, you do pay your deductibles, but then there's a 20% coinsurance that you pay for all of your other services. So when you go to the hospital, you have x-rays or surgery, they're going to bill you the 20%, which is also known as the coinsurance amount. So, yeah.
So guess what, y'all? That give me my money. That part it goes up. It's like, wow, that 20% could be either a good thing or be a bad thing, depending on your what your services are, what services you get,
what the cost is. And again, it can go, if you get that big fat $20,000 bill, you better hope you don't have any more bills the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm shocked like this picture and this arrow that keeps going up.
You shocked. Yeah, because look at her mouth. She's like, what is this? Because but see, what's so bad about this 20% is that there's no cap. Like, at least with other plans, there's a max out of pocket that you pay per year. But with the original Medicare, there are no max out of pocket. So a Medicare supplemental plan comes in and it pays those gaps that we would normally occur.
So these things started in 1980, basically. The federal government decided to what we call standardize or make these all the same, no matter what insurance company you deal with. Okay. So that was, they passed an act that standardized these. So that's when it started. Let's take a look. And there we are.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
So y'all, if you're looking at this chart, I do not want y'all to get confused with a Medigap plan and a Medicare plan, okay? A Medicare Advantage plan. I don't want you all to get confused about a Medicare Advantage plan and a Medigap plan. With these A, B, C's, D's, I know we're used to talking about those when we think about Medicare Part A, B, C, and D, but Medicare supplemental plans also use the same lettering for descriptions of the plans, which is kind of...
That's what the government does, man. That's just...
It's very confusing. And everybody says, I got a Part B card or I got a Part B plan, but if you don't specify, then it could be confusing.
Yeah.
So we're going to make this easy, though. We're going to hold everybody's hand through this thing while we describe this thing. Now, you just take a look at them. There's 10 of them, but really, and we'll get into this, there's only 8 really available at this point. Now, again, they're standardized. So whether you go with company A or company B, they have to offer what you see here. It's all standardized, same plan. So why are there so many different plans, so many different companies that offer the same thing? It can be the company itself might not be as financially strong, so their rates may be higher. It could be the fact that they had to pay a lot of claims the previous year, so they're raising rates up. So a lot of times it's cost. Sometimes they offer gym memberships or other things. So there's a lot of reasons why, even though these plans are the same, there's different companies out there that offer at different rates.
Okay, so I got
I'm sorry, I got to say this. It doesn't matter which company you go with, or even the plan you go with. They all of them, they raise their rates over time, period.
Okay, pull back up that chart.
All right, and 5 to 8% a year on the average, they raise their rates.
So on this chart, when you say standardized, because I want everybody to understand. So when we say they're standardized plans, that basically means what, William?
So I don't want to mention any company's name, but we'll just say company A and company C. Company A is a big insurance company. Company C is a big insurance company. If they offer you a plan A as specified by the government, it's going to be the same plan. That's the standard or standard.
Okay, so it's going to cover the same things, cover the same gaps.
Yes.
Okay, so when we say, what'd you say, Fee?
I have another. After you get done, I have a question. Because William mentioned something, I don't want him to bypass that real fast. So go ahead.
Okay. So my point is, when we say standardized, that means they're the same plan, just offered by a different company. So
you said that way better than I did.
yeah, but no, it's okay. So it's this same company. They all have a plan A. They all have a plan B. They all have a plan C. You just got to get with the right company that's going to give you the best rate. And that rate is going to be changed. That rate could possibly change every year. So what'd you say, Fee?
Okay, so when you ended it just right. So when the rate changes every year, right? Say if my Auntie Sue, right? Auntie Sue has a supplement plan and she's 70. Let's just say she's 70. And her current rate for her Medigap plan is $300. Okay. And she has, let's make it even, 5 doctors, 5 prescriptions, and that's what she pays every month is at $300. You're telling me when Aunt Susie turns 71, with those same 5 doctors, those same prescriptions, whether she sees all the doctors in that time, it could increase a percentage, like it could go up to $30, $40 every, like it can go up every year that she gets older.
Yeah, it will go up, and it will continue to go up. So sometimes people can feel a little trapped. They don't want to get rid of this. They can't get rid of it because they got all these doctors to go to, but at the same time, they can't afford to pay that $300. And knowing next year, if it goes up 8%, now they're paying $324 every month, and so on and so forth.
And then it can keep going up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that's why you have to know, is it worth it when you look at the Medigap plans or supplement plans versus the Advantage plans, because of copay, which could be $10 for a regular doctor or $30 for a specialist. Do I really see all my doctors every month like that? Mm-hmm. Do I really do? So you have to kind of, like I said, it's unique to each person to look at the cost perspective of the supplement plan.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll cover some of those reasons why people would still go ahead and go forward with that.
Got it.
Ron.
Okay.
But John, we aren't going to talk about 2 of those letters, right?
Well, let's talk about them. What you got? What's the letter?
F, right there. We're not going to really get into F and C. And the main reason, if you look at that chart, let's just focus on F. F checks all the boxes, literally. Mm-hmm. But the problem is the federal government ended that plan January of 2020. So if you turn 65 after January of 2020, you cannot get plan C or F. They both cover Part B deductible, so they got knocked out.
Okay.
But again, the most popular plan out there is the plan F. Now, let you know why some people do these still. That even if it costs a lot of money, they don't want to think about the bills. All they want to do is be able to go to the doctor and just worry about recovery, right? So, and then you could wipe out all those other letters too. A, B, D, K, L, M. We're not going to really worry about those. Those are very rarely chosen. They have a lot of gaps. So people, we're not going to really focus on them. Right now, outside of F, the most popular one is G, and then the next one is N. Those are the ones. Plan G is the fastest growing one, actually. So Plan G, you see that, John, with what it covers?
Yeah.
Boxes
so all of these Plan G covers everything but the Part B deductible. So we're responsible for paying our own Part B deductible. So that's a gap that would not be covered by any Medicare supplemental plan. No,
but how much is it? It's only $240.
$240.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So these plans seem to be pretty affordable.
You see how it makes
when the member turns 65. So yeah.
John, are they smiling? Are they happy?
Where did you get this lady from? She's walking with her computer, texting, smiling, I think, at this man who's holding up a piece of paper with no mouth.
But look at the heart. He's happy. She's happy. Their bills are low. Their medical bills are very low.
Oh, okay. So that's what this represents.
Yeah.
Okay, the bills are low. So
okay. So also they become, when you turn 65, they're pretty affordable. Of course, that's the time period where they don't rate you based upon your medical condition. So it's a great time to enter into these plans. And again, they're pretty affordable, and that makes them happy. Now, I am going to go back just briefly to Plan N. That's the other one. That one's very popular now too, because it costs less every month than the Plan G. And you can see why. There are a couple gaps here that are open. For instance, you still got to pay your $240 one-time Part B deductible. You also have to pay $20 at the doctor's office, or unless the doctor waives it. And you also have to pay $50 at the emergency room. And then there are some Part B excess fees. As you see, that box is not checked either. And y'all know what those are, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Those excess fees are just the how much the doctor can charge over the Medicare approved amount, right? But in general, think about this. You get a Plan G, that covers just about everything.
Okay, so it covers everything, but when we talk about so it covers everything, but you were saying the gaps. So the gaps would be the Part A deductible,
Part B deductible. Oh, you mean the overall gaps? I'm sorry. Yes, the gaps that need to be covered. I'm sorry. Part A deductible, $1,632.
Yeah, and then the Part B, whatever you have to pay for Part B. And then whatever plan you choose, whether it be the Plan N or the Plan G, you will be responsible for those out of pocket costs.
Yes.
Okay.
And you pay your monthly premium.
So this right here seems like it's absolutely perfect or excellent coverage. Okay, because here's the question. Now, Fee, you had an aunt Brenda. My mama's name is Brenda, so you better not say nothing bad.
Okay.
We're gonna go with Aunt Brenda. Okay. Your aunt Brenda, she's at the doctor, okay, and she wanted a plan. Let's say, for instance, she wanted a Plan G. Okay, and she also has a Medicare Advantage plan. Because believe it or not, that does happen to some people where they have a Medicare supplemental plan because they didn't know, somebody told them they needed it. And then they wanted the dental, vision, and hearing. So someone came and helped them get that. So now they have like kind of two type of insurances. Is that possible?
No, John. Wait. No. Nope. No, I'm
I'm
gonna
just
stop you
saying.
right there. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
It is illegal to have both a Medigap and a Medicare Advantage plan. You can only choose one.
Okay.
Can't have the best of both worlds?
Well, look, that's the American way. I want it all.
Yeah.
I want it all. I want it all. Poor Miss Brenda. I mean, I'm Brenda.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So also you got to remember too, if you do choose to go with one of these plans, you do have to get your own prescription drug card. That's required.
Yeah.
As you remember in that episode with Sherry Bagwell, you do have to get your Part D, and that could add to your monthly cost as well. It will add to your monthly cost as well.
Okay. All right. So we going through. So where we at now?
Why would a person choose a Medicare Supplement or Medigap plan over Medicare Advantage? Let's explore that. Let's just say you don't want copays at all when you go to the doctor, or you want very few copays. And there's your Aunt Bryn or Brenda.
That's not my Aunt Brenda, but
well, let's just say they don't want to think about bills while they're trying to recover. She's out of the hospital, got her knee fixed and everything, going for a checkup. And look at, she's happy, John. She is smiling. Even the doctor's happy. Even the whatever that thing is in the background is happy.
So the little human with the open body.
Whatever that thing
is. The human with the open body. Okay.
Right.
Open body man is happy.
So Aunt Margaret looked like she's doing better and she's happy. She didn't have any bills. She didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, but she pays the monthly premium for that Medicare. The Medicare Supplemental. Medigap.
She could afford it, so she don't have to think about this stuff. What about if you have a Medicare Advantage and you have some health concerns? You got to go in. How much does it cost to get MRIs, outpatient surgeries? How much does it cost to get physical therapy, right? Yeah. Copays and things. So some people, they don't want to deal with the copays for that. So they go with the Medicare Supplement or Medigap. Or what if Aunt Betty lives in Florida for and she doesn't want to have to worry about doctors and networks and things like that Medicare Advantage plans have to deal with. Or you just like to travel a lot, right? So Medigap would be the answer.
So, William, I got a question for you.
All right.
Because the people want to know.
The people want to know.
The people want to know where you found these people.
John.
This man walking with his coat on. It looks like the fall. It doesn't even look like it's snowing. He's walking to school.
Oh,
He's not walking to school,
with a big old coat on. So he's happy. So basically, with the Medicare supplemental plans, remember, y'all, we talked about the pros and cons. Remember the episode, Fee? I remember you talking about the pros and cons apart of having a Medicare Advantage plan compared to having original Medicare.
Yes.
And the cons, remember those, Fee? I think they were having a network of doctors.
Right, being limited on who you can go see.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't like to be limited at all when it comes to doctors and services and networks. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then another one was traveling from one state to the next, because Medicare supplemental plans cover you all over the United States.
Wherever you go.
Wherever you go, yeah.
Even out of the country, they have emergency care, which makes sense because you don't go to the doctor in another country unless it's an emergency. So
yeah.
It's a nice fit if it fits your budget.
Right.
Okay.
And your lifestyle. You have a new lifestyle at 65.
Yeah.
Grandkids gone, the kids gone. It's only you. So yeah.
Yeah, they say that, but then they want the grandkids all the time. So I don't know.
Not I.
Not I said Fee.
I done raised mine.
So listen, so we cover everything mostly about Medigap, but when do you enroll into the Medigap plans? Or do y'all just want to go right into our Q&A session? Because you know y'all can call in, y'all can ask us questions.
Let's do it. We'll cover
that. And we can go over some questions. So let me pull some questions for the audience or from the audience. Yes. But before we get started, you know what we got to do. I'll be right back. All right, now let's go straight into the queue and pull a question. 1 second. Here we go, Fee. Let's work.
Right. Susie out of Columbia, Tennessee, and she's asking, what's the cost of a Medigap plan? Good question. What's the cost of a Medigap plan?
So I'll take this one.
Okay.
It varies. There's no way we could give you a straight answer on this one, and it's simply because of the things we talked about before: the area you live, whether you're male or female. There's a lot of factors that go into it. So of course you want to get a quote from a trusted advisor.
Okay, so I got another question to add on to that one. So this trusted advisor would pretty much sit down with her and go over all the plans and see which one she can get a best rate to decide which one is best for what was her name? Miss Susie?
Yes, exactly. They could get there. You actually can rate yourself on Medicare.gov, the government website. However, again, a trusted advisor could tell you all the nuances,
the ins and outs and breakdowns.
And so, yeah, you could get that, and they could give you a bunch of them on one sheet or one tablet, whatever, and you can see the rates and which one you want to go with.
Compare and contrast.
I like it. Next question. Hold on. Let me pull something. What we got, y'all?
Let's see. What's next? Jamie out of Clarksville is asking, can my Medigap policy be canceled? Can it be canceled? Non-payment.
You got it, John?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So a Medigap plan, just like Fee just said, because Fee drops the bombs. Fee just said that a Medigap plan cannot be canceled unless it's canceled for non-payment, but they can't cancel you because you got sick or you were hospitalized. It's only if you fail to make a payment and you just don't pay.
Right. So yeah, Jamie, there you go.
There you go.
All right, what we got next, y'all? If you got more questions, go ahead and write them to us now. We can catch it.
Yep. Michael out of Nashville from Facebook. Hey, Facebook. Out of Nashville's asking, can I switch Medigap plans?
Okay, well, the answer is yes. And sometimes it is advisable to at least inquire and see. You got to remember, we talked about, here's the answer to the question you had before, John, that you threw out there. When you get a Medigap plan, the answer is you really can do it anytime. There isn't, the one period they call open enrollment is when you first turn 65, where you don't have the medical questions. You get 6 months of that. After that, you can change Medigap. However, you will be rated because of your medical. If you're pretty good and healthy and everything, you might want to try it. What if you got these high rate ups over the last few years and you want to see if you can save about 20 or 30 bucks a month? So you can change Medigap plans. But again, remember, you're going to be rated according to your new age, your health, and you could possibly even be denied.
And then, like we were saying, it increases. So, you know, your rate, if you came right in at 65 versus now you 67. So,
right. But you can always inquire and check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all just full of information tonight. I'm just today.
This morning.
Look, it's been a long
John, you had to change a tire on your own last week.
Look, I had to change a tire in the rain, in the lightning, and I walked to the store and got a rubber glove because I did not want to be electrocuted. You know, rubber stops electricity, I think. That's what I was taught.
Oh.
John, you're a man of many talents.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get one more question, y'all.
Okay, one more. Raymond out of Nashville is asking, can I keep my Medigap plan if I move to another state?
Good
Okay.
one. What we got?
Good one.
I'll take this one. So yes, you can keep your Medigap plan when you move to another state because your Medigap plan covers the gaps in your original Medicare, which you can go to any doctor in the United States that accepts Medicare. But there is a point we need to think about, William. I think you got something you can share with them on this.
If you you have to let your company know that you moved, and remember they do rate according to areas, not just states, but even areas within the state, counties.
Wow.
So your rate could change because of that. And remember, what's the other thing you have to get when you get a Medigap plan that you're required to have?
Prescription drug coverage.
And those are regional. That you move out of the service area, you must get another one. And so that could change the plan and change the rate. So there are some changes you have to do when you move.
Okay. Fee, you know you control the show. Do we got time for one more question or do we need to move on?
We got to move on. We got to move on.
We got to
do some other things.
Okay. So y'all listen up. We talked to y'all today about, or we've talked about a Medicare supplemental plan, also known as a Medigap plan. So what these plans do ultimately is cover the gaps in your original Medicare Part A and Part B. It is suggested that if you're aging in the Medicare, you go ahead and, consider the Medigap plan because there's no health questions. If you are past that 6-month guaranteed issue program or guaranteed issue period, reach out to us or your Medicare advisor and see what other programs are available because you could still qualify for them too. So don't rule it out.
Yeah.
Guys, we have given you all a healthy tip. We talked about a Medicare supplemental plan and and we shared something.
I might go play bingo, John. I'm not sitting on no way. Hey.
Me either. Me either. I'm not doing it.
Y'all, and we've given y'all something to do beyond bingo. So I want to tell you all, from all of us here, thank you so much for joining the Medicare Morning Show. Our job is to give you news that you can use regarding health, community, and Medicare education. Thank you for joining. Check us out on www.medicaremorningshow.com. We'll see y'all next Monday at 10 a.m. Y'all have a good day.